Today I'll show you how to crochet this super cute granny square bag. If you already know how to make a granny square, then you are ready to create this bag. What makes this design extra special are the playful baubles that add so much texture and charm. To help you follow along, you'll see a progress bar at the bottom of my screen so you always know exactly where we are. Plus, the pattern text will appear row by row, and I've added simple animations to keep you right on track. So, grab your crochet hook and let's get started. Today I'll be using one of my favorite brands, the Malabrigo brand. It is a worsted yarn, and the recommendation for this specific yarn is actually 4.5 to a 5.5 milliliter hook. And I am using a 3mm hook instead because I wanted the bottom of my bag to be very sturdy. For other projects, I would use the recommended size, but for this bag, I will use a smaller hook size than recommended. So we're gonna start out with these beautiful, very texturized flower here in the center. And you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 very puffy petals. To get started, we're gonna do a magic ring. This is how I do mine. I put a couple loops around my index finger, and I put a loop around my 2 fingers here, forming this X. I take my crochet hook, I go inside the circle, I pull up the yarn, and chain 1. So that is the start. We're gonna do a chain 3. This will count as our first double crochet, okay? And then we're gonna do a total of 11 double crochets. So including the chain 3, you're gonna end up with 12 stitches, right? So I got the chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're new to crocheting, a double crochet is a yarn over. You pull up a loop, you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 of the loops, and yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. Okay, always make sure you count your stitches, including your chain 3. You should have 12 stitches right now. And go ahead and tighten up your magic circle. And then what you want to do is you want to slip stitch into the chain 3 space, or into the top of the chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, right on top. Make sure you go underneath both loops and slip stitch. Okay, so let's work on round number 2. This is going to be a very interesting round, and we're going to pull up our chain a little bit. Okay, so this is your chain 3 space right here. Okay, so we're going to do this bobble stitch around this chain 3 space. So pull up your chain a little bit higher, you yarn over, you go underneath the chain 3 here, and then you pull up a loop. Okay, so you have now 1, 2, 3 loops. Yarn over, go underneath the chain 3, and pull up another loop. So that was our second time. Yarn over, go underneath that chain 3, pull up a third loop, yarn over, go underneath the chain 3, and pull up a 4th loop. Okay, so you're gonna have right now, if you count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 loops on your crochet hook. You're going to yarn over, you're going to pull through all the loops except for the last one. So you have 2 loops left on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. And that gives you this very texturized, chunky bobble stitch. Next up, spread your work and find your next double crochet. Okay, so this is your next double crochet. So if you follow it up here, you can see that this is your next stitch. Okay, so pull your work open, follow all the way to the top, and you see your next stitch. So what we want to do is we're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and a 3rd double crochet into this next stitch. Okay, so we have our bobble stitch followed by 3 double crochets into the next stitch, and then we're going to do another bobble stitch. So this was the 2nd double crochet that we just did, the 3 double crochets on top. So look for your next one. Your next one is this one right here. Okay, not this one, but this one. So for the bobble stitch, yarn over, front loop, go underneath the double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, go underneath your double crochet, pull up a loop. That was 2. Yarn over, pull up a 3rd loop, yarn over, pull up a 4th loop, then yarn over, pull through all the loops except for the last one, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2. And now after the 2nd bobble, we're going to do a chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that was your pattern repeat for this specific round. Bobble stitch, 3 double crochets, bobble stitch, chain 3. Okay, so after the chain 3, we're going to have to find our next double crochet. So if you just spread your work, you can see right here, this is your next double crochet. So we're going to repeat this repeat. So we're going to do a bobble stitch into the next double crochet. So yarn over, go underneath the next double crochet and pull up a loop. 1, yarn over, go underneath your double crochet, pull up a loop. 2, yarn over, go underneath the double crochet. 3, yarn over, go underneath, and 4. Okay, then yarn over, go through all the loops except for the last one, yarn over, pull through 2, and then find your next double crochet, which is this one right here, and follow its way up to the top where you can find where you insert your hook. Okay, so you're going to do 3 double crochets into this next stitch right here. So that was 1, 2, and 3, and then into the next stitch. So not this one belongs to the 3 double crochets. You're going to find yourself your next double crochet. Okay, so we're going to do a bobble stitch into the next one. So yarn over, go underneath the double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, pull through all the loops but the last one, yarn over, pull through 2. And after the second bobble stitch, you're going to do a chain 3. Okay, let's do it together one more time. Right into the next, so after the chain 3, we're going to go right into the next double crochet to do a bobble stitch. Four, there was my bobble stitch. Now I'm going to look for my next double crochet, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets into this next one. 3. Okay, so after the 3 double crochets, I'm gonna find the next double crochet. I'm going to do a bobble stitch, 2, 3, and 4. And after the second one, we'll do a chain 3. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 2 more bobbles. So after the chain 3, a bobble into the very next double crochet. That was 4. Find your next double crochet and do 3 double crochets into this next stitch, and then into the last double crochet, which is this one. Okay, you see this belongs to this, so into this last one you do another bobble, 3 and 4. Okay, so if you spread your work, the section where you did a chain 3 right here, and right here, well, the chain 3s, that's your corner. Okay, so we're going to close out this round in the corner. So we're not going to do a chain 3 because we want the yarn to end up in the corner. And if you do a chain 3, just to show you, 1, 2, 3, and then if you do just a slip stitch here, you can see that your yarn ends right over here while we want it to end over here. Okay, so instead we're going to do a chain 1, and then we're going to do a half double crochet into the first bobble stitch. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and see how the yarn ends up right nicely in the corner. Okay, look how cute the texture is. On the next round, we're gonna start out with a chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This will count as our first double crochet in our corner. Okay, and into this corner we're gonna put a double crochet. So we are doing the corner, and this is like half of the corner, and we'll finish this corner up when we're on our way back. So chain 3, double crochet. Now here is the top of your bobble stitch. You're gonna put a double crochet in there. Okay, and then we here in the center where we did the 3 double crochet in the previous round. So into the first double crochet, we're gonna do a double crochet. So right now we have a total of 4 double crochets, right? 1, this is a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in the center here. and I want you to put a bobble stitch there. So yarn over one loop, yarn over two loops, yarn over three loops, yarn over four loops, yarn over, pull through all the loops except for the last one, yarn over, pull through two. And then you have one double crochet left here, and you just put a double crochet up there, and then you have a double crochet on top of this bobble stitch, and then we at the next corner right here, and we're going to do two double crochets. Okay, so we have 1 2 3 4, bobble 1 2 3 4, and that was your pattern repeat for this specific row. So we're still in the corner. We're going to do a chain 3. We're going to put 2 double crochets into the corner, 1 2. So the corners, this round end going forward, is always going to be 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. Okay, and then we put a double crochet on top of this bobble stitch, and then we are here in the center where we have the 3 double crochets. You're going to do a double crochet into the first one. You're going to do a bobble stitch into the second one. 1 2 3 4. Okay, you did your bobble stitch, and then you have one more double crochet here, and then you have your bobble stitch right here, so double crochet, and then we're in the corner again. We're going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, so you did 2 sides, chain 3, 2 double crochets, double crochet on top of the bobble, double crochet the first out of 3 double crochets in the center. So 1 2 3 4. Fifth one is your bobble stitch right in the center. 1 2 3 4. And then we have 4 more double crochets. So here's on top of the double crochet, next one on top of the bobble. That's 2. We find ourselves in the corner, and you put 2 in the corner, and we have only one side left. So chain 3, 2 doubles in the corner, 1 2, a double on top of the bobble, a double on top of the first double crochet, 1 2 3 4, and then we'll do a bobble stitch in the middle, 1 2 3 4, double, double, and this is the corner we started out with. you put 2 more doubles and finish the round just like any other rounds. Chain 1 and a half double crochet on top of the chain 3 space. Now, how cute is that? So we just did the center right here. You can see right here. And now for this next row and going forward is always going to be the same, okay? And you will do it however wide you want the base of your bag to be. So after this round, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more rows out to get to the width of the bag that I would like. And the width of my bag is 7 inches and 3/4, which is equivalent to 19.5 centimeters. Okay, so this next round is what you're going to continue until you have your desired width. We are in our corner, so we're going to start off with a chain 3. This will count as our first double crochet, and then you're going to do a double crochet. Okay, and now this is your first double crochet here in this corner. So we're going to do a bobble stitch into this specific stitch. So as we are closing the corner, we're going to do another one over here. So you always have 2 bobble stitches going up the corner, and that gives it that nice braided look. Okay, so underneath your first double crochet, you're going to do a bobble stitch, 3, 4, yarn over again. So you did your first bobble stitch in the corner. Now make sure you spread your work so you can see your next double crochet. So you're going to do a double crochet on top of all of these double crochets until you get to the last one. So there should be 7 double crochets here in the center right now. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm down to the last double crochet on this row. So we're going to do our bobble stitch. Okay, so yarn over, go underneath your double crochet, 1 loop, 2 loop, 3 and 4, and then into this corner space after your first bobble, you're going to do 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 3, you're going to do another 2 doubles, and then to complete this corner, you're going to do a bobble stitch right into this first double crochet right here. So 1 loop, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so that's what your corner should look like going forward. And we're back at our sides. Make sure you don't miss your first one. So we should have 7 double crochets now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the last one right here, we're going to do our bobble stitch. That's my second loop, my third, my fourth loop. Okay, so that was the first bobble stitch for this corner. And behind your bobble stitch into the corner, you're going to do 2 doubles. 1, 2, chain 3. Okay, so that's your pattern repeat. So let's do the third side. We're still in the corner, so 2 doubles. 1, 2. Around this next double, we're going to do a bobble stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was your corner, and then we have 7 double crochets coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're back at our last double on this row, and you're gonna do your bobble stitch. 3, 4, and into the corner, we always do 2 doubles, chain 3, and another 2 doubles. All right, one more side to complete this round. So bobble stitch into our first double, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 7 double crochets coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you have 1 double left, so do your bobble. And we are at the beginning of the round, and we have to do 2 more doubles into this corner. 1, 2, and to close the round, we'll do a chain 1 and a half double crochet into the chain 3. And this is the row you're gonna repeat. And here we had 7 double crochets on this side. In the next round, you're gonna have 7 plus 4. It's always 4 because we're putting 2 double crochets here, 2 double crochets over here. So every single round you add 4 stitches into the sides. So the last round is what you're gonna continue to repeat. So I'm just gonna show you one more side, okay? So this is our beginning. We're at the corner, so we do a chain 3, which will count as our first double. We're gonna do a double into the corner. And now, see our bobbles left and right? We'll do a bobble around the first double. 2, 3, 4. And now you should have we had 7, so 7 plus 4 is 11, not 9. We should add 11 double crochets now. So make sure you don't forget this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and now you have one double left. Do your bobble stitch. 1, 2 loops, 3 and 4. And we at the corner, remember the corners is 2 double, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 doubles. And you continue that round for round until you are where you want to be, and I'll meet you right back then. Okay, I have the width for the bottom that I want. So from the last bobble here, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more rows. Okay, so you do you, but this is what I'm going for. So you can see here that I have stitch markers in the center of each side. So if you go from the bobble and you go all the way out, and it will take you to the center. So go ahead and mark the center. If you're doing the same width, if you're counting the stitches from this bobble to here is 15 stitches plus the center, and then here's another 15 stitches. So whatever your width is, you want to make sure that both sides are the same number of stitches, and you mark your center stitch. Okay, so now wherever our center stitch marker is, we're gonna start doing our decreases to form the sides of our bag. So I'm at a corner, and as usual, I'm gonna do a chain 3 to get started, and I'm gonna put another double crochet here and a bobble stitch around my first double crochet, okay, and then I'm going to single crochet all the way over here. So here is a stitch right here, double, here's my bobble. So I'm going to double crochet all the way until I'm right here. So here's your mark stitch, one stitch before that, and my last double crochet is going to be the second one before the mark stitch. Okay, so go ahead and do your double crochets all the way, and I will meet you back 2 stitches before the center stitch marker. Okay, so I worked my way to the center, and here's my center stitch. Here's the next one. I'm going to do one more double crochet. Okay, so we're going to skip 3 stitches in this row. We're going to skip this one, we're going to skip the mark stitch, and we're going to skip the next one. So our next double crochet is going to go into this one. So skip 1, 2, 3 into the 4th one, do a double. Okay, you see 1, 2, 3, and then you finish the row as normal with all your double crochets. But that was our first row of decrease. work your way over here and then we'll do it together one more time. Okay, I just worked my way around the corner up until here, and I stop one stitch before the center mark stitch. So we're going to skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and into the 4th one we're going to do a double crochet. So the first round of decrease, we're going to skip 3 stitches, and then you work the rest of your double crochets and do your corners as usual. So work your way all the way around, and I will show you how to do the decrease on the next round and going forward. Okay, I did my first row of decrease. So we skip 3 stitches in the center on each of the 4 sides. This next row is also a decrease row, and this is the row you're going to repeat however long or however tall you want your back to be. So this next decrease row is going to be a little bit different, okay? So let's work our way to the first center. So as usual, we find ourselves in the corner, and we're gonna start out with a chain 3, and we're gonna do a double crochet, and then just like before, you're gonna do a bobble stitch into or around the first double crochet. And then you're going to double crochet towards the center of the side. And this time I want you to stop 3 stitches before the center stitch. So if you look here, so here you can see this was our decrease. So I want you to stop 1, 2, 3. I want you to stop right here. So 1, 2, 3, make this your last double crochet. Okay, and that's where I'm going to meet you. Okay, I got a couple more. Okay, so I left 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here's the decrease from the previous row. So the next 2 stitches we're gonna double crochet 2 together. So to do so, we're gonna take these 2 double crochets and turn it into 1. So yarn over, start like you start a double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, do not finish this double crochet. Into the next one, we'll start our double crochet. We do not finish that one. We have 3 loops on our hook. You yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So these 2 stitches will decrease into 1 double crochet, and then we're gonna skip 1 and 2. And on the other side, we're going to decrease the next 2 double crochets into 1 as well. So skip 1, skip 2, we do a double crochet unfinished. Into the next one, we'll do a double crochet unfinished, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So we decrease 1 here, we skip 2, and we decrease. And then for the rest of the row, you work it just like normal. Okay, so we decrease this for a total of 4 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So work your way, and then we'll do this together one more time over here. Okay, so I got 3 more stitches before I have to stop. Okay, so look at your work. So here was our decrease in the previous row. So here's the center. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm stopping right here. The next two, 1, 2, we're gonna double crochet 2 together. So that's a decrease. So start your double crochet, but don't finish. Do the same thing one more time. Your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. So you just decrease these 2 double crochets into 1. And then we're going to skip 1, 2, and we're decreasing these 2 into 1. So skip 1, skip 2, double crochet these 2 together. And then you're going to go right back to double crocheting. So in the corner, when we do 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, so we increasing every round with 4 stitches, but now we decreasing every round with 4 stitches. So your back is gonna start building up, going straight up. Okay, so this you will repeat however long or however high you want your back to be. So I'm going to continue doing this every single round, decreasing 4 stitches here in the center, and I'll meet you back to finish off the back. Okay, so I am back, and look how cute this is. I love this stitch, and the texture of these humongous baubles are just so much fun. From the time that I started decreasing, if you want to know how many rows of the different colors that I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of the same color as the base, and then I did 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of this new color. So this specific yarn here, it's actually a very thin yarn, so I'm actually using a triple layer of this specific yarn, still using a 3mm hook. It might not be the best combination in regards to thickness of the yarn, but I think it came out just fine, and I love the color combination, so I really wanted to use this color with this specific color. Okay, so now I'm ready to start working on the straps. So I just did my last stitch here and closed this specific round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do chain stitches enough to make a strap for about 10 inches. And since it's a small bag, I wanted the handles to be small. So I'm gonna do 10 inches for the strap, which is the same as 25.5 centimeters. $46, $47, $48, $49, $50. So I think 50 chains should be enough. Yep, so 50 chains actually gave me 10.5 inches, and I'm okay with that. And it just occurred to me that some of you guys might wonder how I use only one skein of yarn, but I do a triple stitch. Okay, so here is a new technique for you. So grab whatever yarn you have, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull a long tail, and then you're gonna fold it. Okay, let's just say you take these 3 strings and start crocheting, and you're gonna do the loop, and then you see, oh, my yarn is running short. Then all you need to do is take this part, and then you pull the long tail that comes from the skein through, and then it creates a longer piece. And then you just continue as normal. Let me just show you real quick. So I crochet all along. Oh, and there we come to it being short again. And then you just grab your long tail going through the loop and pull it, and then you have more triple layered yarn. So this way you don't need to cut and unroll your yarn. You just use one skein of yarn and you will continue to create this triple layer yarn as you need it. Okay, but let's get back to our regular tutorial. So I have my strap right here and I want it to go from this tip over to this tip. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the peak on the other side, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a slip stitch to connect the chain to the other side of the back, just like that. Okay, just like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna single crochet all the way around here until we get to the other side. So I'm gonna start with chaining 1, and into the corner space I'm gonna put another single crochet, and then from here on every stitch you see, you do a single crochet. So continue crocheting, and then here in the valley here I will show you how to do that in just 1 second. Okay, I'm almost in the valley. I'm running out of yarn, so I'm just gonna pull the long tail through my loop, and I'm creating myself more triple layer yarn. So crochet until you get to the 1 stitch before the center. Okay, so here are our 2 center stitches, 1 and 2. So I want to make sure, you know, we maintain this valley look. So I'm going to actually single crochet 2 together. So all we're going to do is we're going to insert our hook into the first stitch and pull up a loop. And then into the next stitch, we're going to insert our hook and pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops, and you're gonna yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So these 2 stitches became 1 stitch, and then you just continue your single crochets just as usual right after that. See? So this way it's nice and tight and you don't have too many stitches. Okay, continue to do so until we get back to this peak. Okay. I am curious to hear from you guys. Let me know if you like my color combination and the yarn combination. I know that the yarn is very different, but I just really love the color combination. I think it works, but love to hear from you if you think the combination is working for you. Okay, so I find myself at the beak. So I'm gonna do a single crochet, 1 in there, okay? And then we're gonna do a chain 50 again, and then we're gonna go and connect that second strap over onto this side. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so I did my second strap, 50 chains, and I'm going to connect the second strap to the other side. And all you're going to do is slip stitch into the corner space, and then chain one, and then single crochet in every single stitch. And then I will meet you down here to show you the single crochet 2 together one more time, okay? Okay, I find myself in the valley again for the back, and then we're gonna do single crochet 2 together here. So this stitch and this stitch, we're gonna single crochet them together. So insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop. You're gonna insert your hook into the second stitch, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So you just decrease by 1 stitch, and then single crochet all the way to the top again. And this is where our other strap is. So I meet you back over there. Okay, so here I'm in the corner space right before the first chain strap, and I'm going to do a single crochet into the corner, and then we have 50 chains here. So all you're going to do is you're going to do 50 single crochets to start the strap. So every chain gets a single crochet. Okay, so you do that all the way to this strap here, and then here's where we started the single crochet, and then we're going to continue the single crochet. We do the same thing for the other strap, and I will meet you back over here. Okay, so I did a single crochet all the way around and over both straps. Now I cut off the yarn and did an invisible join, and well, you can't even really see the join because it's an invisible join, but it looks nice and smooth. Now, one of the things you will notice if you look at this part of the back and on the other side, that you have 2 rows of single crochet here and 1 row of single crochet on the strap. But then on the other side, we don't have the single crochet. And for me, 1 row of single crochet for the strap is just too thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a single crochet on this side of the back, and then I'm going to pick up the stitches on the strap on the back side to reinforce it. So this way the strap has 2 rows of single crochet, and then we're going to add 1 row of single crochet for reinforcement on this side as well as this side. Okay, so let's do that together. So I need a triple layer of this yarn. So just real quick again, I just pull up my loop here. Okay. So I do a triple layer, and I'm going to start out with a slip knot. Then I'm going to grab my bag, and I think I'm going to start the stitch right here by the bobble, and then we can do a nice invisible join here and we won't even see it. So let's do a standing single crochet. So hold the tail in your right hand, and then you insert your hook into the stitch wherever you want it, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through both loops. So you just did a standing single crochet, and once we're done with the round, you know, we can do a nice invisible join into this specific stitch. So do single crochet in every single stitch, here. I need to extend my yarn here. And do this all the way around, and I'll meet you over here when the straps start so you can see what it looks like. And don't forget to do 2 single crochets together here in the valley. Okay, I meet you right back. Okay, I'm coming close to the start of my straps. Okay, so I'm gonna put a single crochet here into the tip of the corner to make it a nice easy transition. So basically on the back side of the strap, the stitches are gonna look like this. So it's not gonna be a parallel double strand, but it's gonna be only one strand. So wherever you see a single strand, that's the bottom side of your single crochet, and you just do a single crochet into each of the stitches. See? And then it will come out looking like this. So you want to do that all the way over to the other side, and we're going to meet back where I did my standing single crochet, and I'll show you real quick on how I do my invisible join over there. Okay, I'm almost at the end of my row. I have only a couple more stitches. So here is where we connected the back to the strap. So I'm going to do one more single crochet right here. And then I'm going to cut off my strap, and we're going to do an invisible join over here. So pull your yarn just like that. Okay, so put your tail end on a tapestry needle, and if you look at our standing single crochet, which is right here, we're not going to insert our tapestry needle in that one. We're going to insert it actually into the next stitch on the left side. And we're going to go through both legs from the front to the back. And we're going to pull it to about the same width as all our other stitches. Then you're going to go with the tapestry needle back into the last stitch, back loop only, and then catch a leg in the back and pull it tight, and pull it about the same width as all the other stitches. And then you just need to fasten off. But if you look closely, this is the invisible stitch. That, which one is it? I can't even see it. Was it this one or this one? So one of these two was our invisible stitch. And this technique just gives you a really nice finish, and you can't even see it. So I'm going to fasten off this tail, and I do the same thing on the other side where the other strap is, and I'll meet you when the back is done. Okay, so I am done with my bag. I hope you really enjoyed the tutorial. This is a new version of a granny bottom square bag with the bobble stitch. I think you will have so much fun making it. Leave me a comment, give me a like if you enjoyed this tutorial. If there are any questions you have, please leave me a comment and I will answer you. See you guys next time.